Play that caramel around. Kaya shodan calling me. Wanna try that you won't follow. I really want to know.
What's up, VC? How you doing tonight? So, I feel like getting a little bit weird before I gotta go to bed. Tomorrow's my early shift. I should be asleep, but I'm wide open. Because, once every 2 weeks, my day starts 6-7 hours before it normally does. So, I should be in bed. And I gotta be up in about 5 hours. But I'm awake. Here it is. The one beer of the night is a Patagonia Cerveza. It's a Pilsner, 5.4% alcohol. I want to say this is from California. It's a beer perpetrating as a Cerveza. It's just a freaking beer. Anyways. Cheers to the vinyl community. I gotta get into the realm of shout-outs. I've been saying I'm gonna keep on spreading the love. You know, no negativity needed, right? So I guess everyone should know who he is. But shout out to Vinyl Douche, man. Some of my favorite vinyl videos come from the Vinyl Douche. I love his dry humor. Great, fantastic dry humor. But more so, why did I think about that? I'm not wearing any pants. So sometimes you film videos without pants on. So cheers to the Vinyl Douche. And the spin is Can Edge Bamyasi? Let's say that's the way it's pronounced, right? I want to say this is their third record. The other one is was it Tego Mago? White with like the orange crazy head. And then their fourth, which I also have on repress, is Future Days, right? And so we're getting to it. Oh, by the way, if you guys don't know, this whole stack, you should know by the way, however I present and label this, is all gonna be psych, garage, 60s, blues, pop, that realm, right? All that mess from the 60s, right? So, yeah, let's get into it. And then, yeah, nothing to it but to do it. So Can is usually in the repress realm, all right? Because you don't find it, and if you do find it, I just don't find it. And when you do, it's really not in amazing condition, I would assume. I don't even know because I never ever see it, right? So I found this. The debut, 1969. You'll probably see this again in Mazzy's contest, to be quite frank. So you never see this. This is the Can is the band. Everyone just calls them Can. Monster movie. And then outside of this annoying, atrocious, came this way, I guess I could rub the sticker glue residue off, and then I'm probably going to hit that with a baby blue colored pencil, just because I'm OCD. But outside of that, Mar, which is really annoying, because never price on the jacket. Firm believer in that. And definitely don't do it with a stupid sticky sticker. Do it with like one of the beautiful pharmacy record easy peel-aways, right? Designed for that very purpose. But so this is not a first press, but it is an OG press. I guess not OG as an original, but old school press I should say, right? So on that Liberty, this is a super clean record. This plays beautifully. I need to at some point step my game up and get a bunch of MoFi sleeves or vinyl Storage Solutions is reinventing the sleeve, and that's going to come out in the very near future. But I need to get rid of these super dusty paper sleeves I've been using, right? 1969. Pre-krautrock. This would be like German space rock. Proggy, psychedelic, adventure, weird goodness, right? So I guess a lot of this is going to be cliche and known, right? And I got a massive stack of it. You know what I mean? I'm probably, I don't know, 25, 30, 40 records deep. Who knows? Who's counting, right? So I'm just going to go till I feel like stopping. And then we'll pick up another day, right? So if I'm feeling good, I'm going to roll with it, right? So a shout out or honorable mention in the realm of vinyl. I've already showed this, right? And I try not to double down and just be super repetitive, right? Because everyone enjoys new finds. I'm not going to try to go broke. If I don't like it, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not trying to buy anything I don't enjoy for myself. But I showed this, I don't know, it was either with Dustin or Veronica in the recent past with blues, R&B, soul finds, right? But so honorable mention for you guys that don't give this a chance or never have given this a chance, the Temptations Psychedelic Shack. So this is a little bit psychedelic R&B, right? So if you're not really a Temptations fan and you don't do the whole Motown doo-wop thing or whatever, and you were going to dive into one of them, it would be Psychedelic Shack. And so I never see this, and I don't certainly see it in this condition. And I figured if you are a psych nut, maybe in the past you didn't tune in to see this Gordy label and this clean wax. So I figured I'd double down and show it for everyone that is here for the psychedelic garage realm. All right? And keep on moving. This one's a little bit tidbit, right? So when I went to Charlotte and I went to Lunchbox and found all those finds and that Sweet Simondi and the Challengers and them with Van Morrison, which was a repress, and all that, right? And I went to this place called, I want to say it was Tip Top or Tick Tock. So forgive me if I'm mistaken, right? But so it's this kind of weird little fun bodega place where when you walk into, they have a little market where they have like pizza that you have your own oven and this little bar counter, and they had like sodas and international drinks and teas and cans and a beer selection, which was actually decently priced. You know, some hipster beer places take too much pride in their beer and overcharge. And then the back room is just, I guess, an endeavor of love. There's a, I didn't find too much stuff. I found some stuff that's gonna end up in my metal finds. I think I found a soundtrack. I found that gift I gave Dustin in a recent video of that Iron Maiden Killers record that I framed and gave him. And then, so I found other stuff. But this is so leading into a gripe, right? So I found this. Agnes English is the album, and it's John Fred and his Playboy band, right? But as you can see, I left this out of here. Two gripes. One, super sticky stickers, and they put it not only on this old school, you know, cellophane-ish shrink that, you know, is fighting for its life, but they put it over the freaking hype sticker. And then this right here, I'm going to go and take this off because you can see the way they had it labeled, right? We need to quit this, y'all. I know there's this long-going trend of sealed OG. That's cool. Like, by all means, label anything like that, right? So if people want to know if it's first press or whatever, or if it's sealed or in the shrink, dude, that's you're doing your due diligence, right? But if you saw that was labeled 1967 Psych Rock, I guess this would have garage psych tinges to it, but this is what they would have called back in the day, like Blue-Eyed Soul, where it's kind of like the white boy rendition of kind of blues rock. You know, bluesy tinged, psychedelic-ish, if you want to call it that, pop. And then, I guess, you know, there's a lot of bands, you know, Creedence hit and blew up big, and then kind of that southern rock movement of that era. And they had, like, swamp pop would be a deeper and deeper subcategory. But if I'm not mistaken, John Fred is actually from Louisiana, you know? But, actually, does it say on here? Paula Records, Division of Jewel Records, Shreveport, Louisiana. Or Louisiana. You know, that's one of those, New Orleans. It's kind of like one of those, hey, how do you say it? Kind of like Louisville, Louisville? I don't know. Who says Louisville? But apparently when you drive into Louisville, Kentucky, or Louisville, you have there's a big billboard that embraces the 15 different sayings or how you pronounce it. But one thing I will say, you know, I never say Louisville. You know, it's Louisville. You know, something along that lines. But it's definitely a Louisville Slugger. It's not a Louisville Slugger. You know, it's a Louisville Slugger. It's the only time I say that. Anyways, yeah, we're talking about music. Sure, whatever. All right, and so what we're getting at. Dan Dots and Loops, man. I actually had ordered this when he dropped a video, man. That's actually probably a couple weeks ago. This is how long I've been sitting on some of the stack, right? So he was going over Psych that's gonna cost you, whatever the concept of that video is. Maybe if I think about it, I'll send a link, but it's Dan and Dots and Loops, so scratch that. You already saw the video if you're watching my Psych garage, C-tier stuff, then you're probably not going to care so much. But this is an adventure. Thank God for represses, because I don't want to pay the exorbitant amount of cash that it'd take to acquire this in original format, right? But I'll go and pull this out, But you don't see this chart maker label too much. And of course, it's stupid clean outside of a little bit of dust. It's flawless. It better be. It is a repress. So this goldenrod, like I say, just go for the adventure. This would be one, Descent of the Cyclopeans. It's a trip because Mom texted me some time ago, if you haven't heard me say this in the past. She uses my eBay and I use her Amazon. So everything just ships to her house, right? And which is hunky-dory by me. But so Mom's like, you got a package. And I was like, cool, because I was expecting a t-shirt and VCLT, which I can't speak on because it's getting shipped out my next day off. It's already packaged and addressed and all that mess, right? So shout out to reverse the polarity of the neutron flow. Anyways, but so I said, Mom, does it look like a t-shirt or a record? She's like, looks like a record. I was like, sweet, goldenrod. I was like, however I texted her, something along that lines, right? And so my mom said, Descent of the Cyclopeans? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, I listened to it. It's not bad. So I got my mom to listen to some weird nonsense I like, right? And so we're gonna get the next shout out, and really what's spurring me to finally get around to showing some of this, just this build up, right? It's hot and miserable in South Carolina, and I haven't been actively. I guess I could relate it to. No, I guess because you're not gonna be that tired and worn out from being in the Midwest winters, but I'm just drained. I will trade some winter, some summer for winter. It is all sorts of miserable, right? So Son of Cactus, right? And if you can see here, this is a promo DJ copy, right? And so nothing too crazy right here. A little bit of ring wear on the back, a little bit of ring wear in the front. But I was talking about to my boy, Wax in the Ear, used formerly Psych Sean, is like, Snow. All right, I'd like to think that we're friends. And so he told me in correspondence that, hey, my friends call me Snow. It's my last name. So I hope you don't mind. I know you got a channel name, but the same way, I'm just Eric Weinbender. I don't have, I'm not crafty. You see some of these like Tales from the Crate and these other super witty names. You're just like, dude, I should have done something like that, right? But anyways, I'm just Eric, and since he's a friend, he's Snow. So if you hear me refer to him in the future, that's what it is. And I never see this, right? And this isn't the most desirable of the lot, but just so happened right when I was telling him, talking back and forth, I was like, dude, I finally just found Cactus. I found Son of Cactus. He's like, dude, I got doubles. He's like, for whatever reason, Cactus is abundant where I'm at in Canada, right? So I was like, dude, that's so nice of you. You don't owe me anything. And then, oh, by the way, again, side noted here, right? This is actually kind of cool, man. I love the history of records, too. Being an absolute freaking nerd, right? This DJ promotional copy right here, you can see on this one that it would have had the new Cactus band, Son of Cactus, that has the times on it for what to play for DJ knows. It's Just a Feeling, 410. It's Getting Better, a 348. Daddy Ain't Gone, 315, right? So it has those markers, right? And then that's all cool in the gang. But it seems like this DJ right here, when DJs actually used to choose what they play, if you can see, there's a marker of number 4. So side 2, number 4, Man Is a Boy at 327 would have been whatever DJ this was once upon a time. That would have been his jam. But anyways, so this was really just an excuse to show some stuff I've been sitting on. It's also an excuse to open this sweet gift. I assume it's sweet. It is sweet, not by what's inside, but the fact that a friend thought of me. And I always think that's freaking awesome, right? So let me do my best not to show addresses, right? And then it says on the contents, I'm trying my best not to expose anything here. But, oh shit, what the hell is that? Okay, so this is Cactus. It's pretty much what I thought I was going to get, but right down here, what the hell are these, man? Ha! These... these look like Spectrum Records. I wonder if these would actually play if there's any format you can actually hold them on. They look like freaking coasters. Tea time, don't spill this. These are exact. My assumptions are right because they all have witty little puns on them, right? Rest on me, as in rest a drink. Too hot to handle, which is one of my things. Too hot to handle, too cold to touch. All right. No marks on the table. Dude, Snow, you're freaking hilarious, man. Everyone gave me a hard time when, in fact, I'm going to use this. Even though I have a mat down here you can't see from this camera angle. When I did my room tour and the whole thing for the 6,000 contest for Brandon, everyone's like, dude, what's up with you going on about these coasters? And so, win or lose on that, man. Protect the surfaces. And here's one last one. Cover and protect. So I got vinyl coasters to go in my ever so nerdy vinyl house, right? So anyways, this is what I was expecting, man. You know, I wasn't expecting the gift, but when he said, I knew what was coming, right? So here's a gatefold. Here's some cactus. And like I say, dude, there's little light surface scuffs. You know, he said he had duplicates. Doesn't look like anything that's going to be bad on damage. It's a gift anyway, so I really don't care. Rock on, dude. This is, I tell you what, I've seen people in videos I'm not going to call out because I don't want to be on some negative shit. But I've seen people scoff at condition for records they've received in VCLT. Come on, man. You're getting, especially if you're getting a gift of something I don't have anyways, this is better than anything. Not that I'd scoff at it anyways, but this is better than nothing. Literally, I don't ever see this. So nothing is other choice, and then this. And by the way, if you're a commenter, I've seen this before. I gave a homeboy, who's not really a metal guy, a Judas Priest record. So I started off with Rock and Rolla. I know he's not super into metal, and so I figure out I'd start off with their first album where it's more blues based and, you know, pre-metal. And I saw someone crap on the comment section like, that's the worst Judas Priest record ever. Dude, it's not by Judas Priest standard, it's to get my boy into Judas Priest that he doesn't listen to, so you'd segue through stuff that he likes. You're not even putting two to two together, but you're hating on love and gifts? Anyways, a gripe on VC. Everyone, watch VCLT videos. Be happy with whatever you receive. And then celebrate those receiving and giving love. And certainly don't crap on it. Anyways, I'm being a douche. But not a vinyl douche, just a douche, right? So, since we're in the realm of cactus here, there's a second one right there. And then ACO is going to be a theme. You know, some of the stuff. So there's a particular ACO label. And then I got a couple different variations. I don't know if they're all going to be here in one night. But howdy doody to you there. And then this is super freaking cool. Flower Traveling Band. My boy probably knows from me yapping in Dead Wax 66. You know, when we're hanging out. I'm super happy to have this on CD. So that's going to get spun. And ironically enough, you know what? I had a different stack segregated that I didn't think I was even going to get to. I just found this. I want to say it's an unofficial repress. But this is Makeup. I think this is an official album. But it's also, if I'm not mistaken, I haven't even got a chance to spin this yet. And Flower Traveling Band until recently, something I've just always ever just streamed. Hype sticker moved to the back over the UPC because I wanted to, and then I split this, and this would have been originally a leather bag, and which costs hundreds now, but I got it freaked out. And then here, if you don't be a jerk about it, and we're already at 20 minutes, so I don't know how much deeper I'm going to get, honestly. I don't know. I didn't show half of the stuff I was going to. But here's the Phoenix label. 180 gram. Super freaking thick. And then you know what? While we're at it, I'm going to pause for 1 second so we can get to this B-side. We'll see how far we go. What's up? Alright. We're back. Good day, Eric. Included 2 Cactus albums that rock. and a Flower Traveling Band CD. Anywhere, I really enjoy your channel. You always make me laugh, and your friends are a great addition to your videos as well. Take care, Sean. Super dope, dude. Freaking love you, man. Good people there. Deserves more subscribers. I'm gonna link them. If anyone's watching me talk Psych and everything and they enjoy this dude's got a much deeper knowledge. He gets the music better than I do. He stays focused because he's not either making these with friends while being silly and stupid and it's just entertainment's sake, or they're dead tired after work. He's, and then he doesn't go long-winded like I do, right? So let me just get a couple out and then I'm out of here, man. So this is one I'm super not familiar with, but for this condition, I looked it up on my phone. This is Watt. And then 10 years after, this thing, especially if you could see, this is one of the kind of construction paper ones. This was once owned by Ken. But I figured I'd have to check out this. Alright? I figured, absolutely. So I'm coming on. When I played that, I was familiar with that. Alright? And I don't know this band otherwise. But, who was I joking with before? D-Ram or Daram? Does anyone know? I never heard that spoken, right? But, if anyone knows about 10 years after, the parts in that band, what they went on to be, or what albums they might have had, I do not know. To be honest with you, I kind of bought this blind. It was not terribly expensive. It's a trip here. I'm looking at the credits, right? It says Alvin Lee guitars and vocals, Leo Lyons bass, Chick Churchill keyboards, Rick Lee drums, engineer, assistant, designer photography, color pressing. All right, a balloon, and then so you get underneath that, and it says roadies. I shit you not. After going through this whole credits, right, of actual musicians and producers and engineers, sound engineers. Roadies, because shout out to people that carry the shit. Roadies, John Hembrow and Jack Cunningham. Psychic Crutch, Andy Jarowski. Personal Bodyguard, Brick Hazard. Brick Hazard is a bodyguard name. Executive producer Chris Wright for Chrysalis Productions. Anyways, rock on. It doesn't have a year on this. I know nothing about this. And then other than that, it ends with Sweet Little 16, a Chuck Berry cover. Everything else is written by Lee. But so, anyways, 10 years after by Watt. Alright, that took too long to talk about nothing, right? So, I'm ever filling out this Quicksilver, right? And so, I got the debut in stupid good condition. I got a Phonolux, right? And if you could hear it, just the babies of crease break. But here's the gatefold. Nothing too crazy and mysterious, right? This kind of goes in the realm of just stuff everyone knows about. All right, so it's that same kind of avocado capital bullseye I've shown in the past, right? That's also on these other ones. I want to say that this is 16. I should really look up shit and put a train of thought before I start actually filming videos. But this Shady Grove, I want to say they dropped 2 albums in 69, but this was the second of the 2 albums, making it their third, and the fourth I showed once upon a time ago, if I'm not mistaken, from my bedroom, when I failed to do Mazzy's first contest. Shout out to Mazzy, he's got a contest going on. That fourth album had one of their very few commercial hits on it, right? But so Shady Grove, it's just, if you don't know, it's kind of psychedelic, weird adventure acid rock. So, and then this gets into, is this 2 or 3 albums later? I guess the rule of thumb is Quicksilver while there's still Quicksilver's Messenger Service, and then Quicksilver. Freaking Can. Love Can. But so, this is a fun little romp right here. I want to say this is 72 without even looking, but that's the rule of thumb. Early 70s, I want to say they dropped on their album 74, 75. Yeah, this is 1970. So this is shortly after they cranked out. This is probably 2 albums after that Quicksilver I just showed. But so this is still fun. It's in that same realm. Early 70s and 60s Quicksilver. You find it. It's not terribly expensive. I'd advise grabbing it if you get a chance. And then once again, no mystery. It's that avocado bullseye capital, right? And I guess it's just where we're going to call it, right? So 25 minutes. I should stop right now. Deep Purple, one of those bands that you're just like, I'm aware of. Why don't I own more Deep Purple? And so, man, it's hard not to go, right? This is why I need to be live, man. Dude, for real, I don't ask for subs. Someone shout your boy out, man. So, because I don't want to do it myself. I don't ever want to beg or ask. But if anyone ever thought I'd be fun to shoot the shit with, this jam's just getting me going right now, man. I swear, man, I could have started this 3 hours ago. I'm high energy, man. I'm supposed to be going to sleep. Anyways, Warner Brothers. That's super clean. Deep Purple. This is another reason I need to go live eventually. If people are willing to throw your boy out there. This Deep Purple, it's a band I've always known. I'm aware of. But I listened to when friends played it at houses and parties and stuff when I was young, and you're exploring music, and there's just so much to consume, and you're young, and you're still obsessed as a teenager with the newest, trendiest thing you're supposed to be following. As you get older, you start discovering backwards, so to speak. And then so I'm like, dude, I need to give Deep Purple more of a go, right? So this was clean. This gatefold. The record's in good condition. Inexpensive. I was shooting the shit at Pharmacy Records with my boy Frank. And I was like, yeah, it's in the new arrivals, dude. Bam, snatch it, right? Let's discover some more music, right? So, Woman from Tokyo's on here. Yeah, it's whatever. Our Lady. I'm familiar with the closing track. I'm familiar with the opening track. If everyone's like, hey, this is the Deep Purple you need to listen to, not referring to this, but another one, give a shot at your boy, right? And the last one, I guess I'll end with a bit of a gem. I got so much stuff, I'm just going to cut myself off. I guess you call it a gem, right? Because I don't see this all the time. This is Stereo. But this is Bee Gees First. And if you don't know, Bee Gees First is their 3rd album. They're from Australia. I want to say their first 2 albums, which I don't even know if they were LPs or EPs. But they were initially only released in New Zealand and Australia, right? And so this first is actually their first international album, but their 3rd album, right? And early Bee Gees, for anyone that's just hanging out and because they enjoy me, thank you if that's the case. But if someone's just here for psychedelic garage nonsense, here's another Atco label. All right? So, glares, shine, whatever. So, just gorgeous, haven't even cleaned it, haven't even needle dropped on it, right? This is psychedelic, weird, fun goodness. This is Bee Gees. I want to say Odessa, which a lot of people are familiar with because it had that crazy velvet cover. I want to say that was their sixth album, and that was kind of this weird concept about being on a ship or a lost ship. I can't recall. But after that, they did a Cucumber album or whatever and went to like folk rock, and then they had a couple albums because they were machining out records. And then it wasn't until they got into the late 70s and they got in their disco heyday again that they were appreciated. But some people overlook and sleep on early Bee Gees, and I never see the first 2 records. I don't even recall their names. And I found the 2 records between this and Odessa, but they were just thrashed. And I'm just getting to the point now, I'll just wait. Things will come around, right? And then that's 28 minutes. And then so I guess just enough time to sneak in one more random thing, right? Dude, we're getting creepy here. Super anti-energy wind down, right? Tommy James, all right? So it is what it is. And you see comps and Tommy James on a regular basis. But you never see the When Pigs Fly, Hog Heaven with the big butt. Ooh, sorry for the finger placement. So this is the post-Tommy James Shondells still in the shrink on that super awesome roulette label. This thing's clean outside of some dust. I'm ending abruptly because F it. And I think I did all right without swearing. Shout out to whoever I shouted out. One of these days I'll go live. Like and subscribe if you want to. Who cares? But as I always say, leave a comment because we're friends. Let's talk.